Ovarian cancer, while we know a lot about the genetics of the disease, treatment hasn't really changed much over the last 20 or 30 years. For the majority of women who are diagnosed with ovarian cancer, they will have surgery and chemotherapy. And while most women respond really well, initially resistance can develop. So what we're interested in doing is using novel nanoparticles to actually enhance delivery of chemotherapy to the tumour. So the idea behind this is that we can maximise the dose of chemotherapy that's reaching the tumour while minimising effects to the rest of the body. So one of the other things we're interested in using these nanoparticles for is to improve diagnostic imaging. Early diagnosis is key to treating any cancer type, and for women with ovarian cancer, if we can diagnose ovarian cancer early, their chances of survival are much, much higher.
My particular research is looking at the best way that we give a targeted therapy or a molecular therapy to patients that have these particular gene-driven lung cancers. We've been able to, via a number of funding sources, including Fight on the Beaches, enable this to be taken into a clinical trial, which is a huge undertaking, as we'll be looking at a lot of the patient's tissue, blood samples, and monitoring it throughout their treatment course.
The funding from Fight on the Beaches is essential for us to perform all of the experiments that we need to do to show that these nanoparticles are effective in increasing the efficacy of chemotherapy in ovarian cancer, and these experiments will let us progress into clinical trials.
Our clinical trial, which is being enabled by the crucial funding of the Fight on the Beaches grant, is involving 2 Australian centres and only 25 patients. But to put it into context, to carry a trial such as this to completion and to report on the outcomes, this is going to cost us well in excess of $1 million. So certainly any funding is vital.
For every experiment that you do, every question that you answer in the lab, you can ask another 10 from the results of that experiment. But eventually all of these things do make a difference. We are certainly trying, and I think this project that Fight on the Beaches is funding has a real chance of making a difference. I really do think that in the long term we will be finding the right treatments for the right patients at the right time, and cancer will definitely be a treatable disease.
So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody involved in the Fight on the Beaches organisation. It's making a massive impact to our research and very inspired by everyone's efforts.
On behalf of all of the researchers that are working on this project with me, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all the people that have donated to Fight on the Beaches to fund this vital research. It really means a lot, and it's going to make a difference. Thank you.